and truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tail jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tail jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run.
Yeah, what's up, strangers? It's your boy Swank. It is Tuesday. It is 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the K-Gun Report, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Pandemonium and Buff Fanbase Network. I missed all you guys, man. I missed these Reed boys. I'm stoked for the show we got for you tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about mandatory minicamp. We're going to take all of your questions and comments. We're going to just dive into some stuff. We're going to kumbaya it. Have a great little off-season show. Bring your comments. We got a lot to get into. And here we go. Holy hell, here we are, and here it is on another beautiful K-Gun Tuesday. Right over here next to me. You can tell I've been gone for 3 weeks. My boy, Scooter Magooter. Scott, what do you got tonight, buddy?
What's up, Bills Mafia? What's up, Swank? Good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah,
Good
man.
to have you back. Excited to be sitting in this seat. I loved hosting. I tell you what, the more you do it, it's really fun. It really is, and I had fun. But I'm glad you're back controlling the train here, and I can't wait to just be a spectator for the whole show.
Doot, doot. I gotta tell you, man, I was just telling Patrick and Corey here about an hour and a half ago. Managing 7 people, we've done it before. We've had the whole super fan clan on, and we've had big panels before, but it is a lot. It's a lot to be able to juggle and orchestrate And you got to have the right people together to do it. And I got to say, man, you did a really good job.
Thanks,
All
buddy.
the guests really took their time and waited for everybody to be done. There's a certain cadence and flow, and I think you hit it right on the head, man. So good on you.
Thanks, buddy. Yep.
Yeah.
And the panel, like I said, they did a good job being patient. So that's a lot when you're talking about one topic, and you got to leave enough meat on the bone, as we say, for everyone else to chat. And thanks those guys for helping out, and we had a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. We'll talk a little bit about our buddies. I'm going to put this window down. There we go. Talk about our buddies and a new endeavor that they're getting into, then probably push them towards their page, your page, their page, however, whatever. We're getting to that later. They're in the comments. You might notice that there's one of the triplets missing. That's Jerry. He was here. Now he's gone. So he'll be back. And please, let's give him the R's tonight. Huh? Really, Jared? Let's do that.
Lay it on him.
Here's one of our boys right here in OG from the furthest depths of Bill's Mafia. Patrick Hughes, what's up, Mafia? How we all doing on this fine-ass Tuesday? How are you doing, Scott? You already answered that. Answer again.
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing good. Like I said, I love Tuesdays talking Bills football, so I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Hell yeah. Patrick is part of the Bills New Order. Buffalo New Order? Bills New Order. Bills New Order?
Buffalo New Order. Yep.
Buffalo New Order.
Oh, Buffalo World Order.
Buffalo World Order. Damn it.
BWO.
I'm not into wrestling. Sorry. BWO. Go follow their page. It's him and our boy Corey Blaine's, and they are getting ready to amp up and push out a new live stream with a new cast.
Yep.
Minus.
Yep.
Plus and minuses. You know,
adding by subtracting. Swank. Yes. The twist with the BWO is that they are they're going to talk wrestling too. They're big wrestling fans, so they're going to throw that into the mix, and it's perfect for those guys for sure. I can't wait for it.
I thought it was because Corey calls everybody his blow.
No, what up, blow?
You my blow. We got Joshua Williams. What is going on, fellas? Let's go Buffalo. Hell yeah, Josh. How you doing? Another OG in the hizzy. Yeah. John Johns. Hello, my Mafia family. Time to talk Buffalo Bills. That's goddamn right. And appreciate all you guys for all the well wishes and everything with all the shows and stuff that I've been doing. It has not fallen on deaf eyes or blind ears. Really appreciate it. But stoked to be here for this week. I am going to miss next week because I got my open mic, but we're going to make the most of this week. And then after that, things should calm down for a while and we can really settle into this lull that is the off-season, preseason. We got Uncle James. What's up, Mafia? It's time. Hell yeah. We got Lonnie Cook. Hi, my sons. Hello, Lonnie. We got our boy Doug. Happy Tuesday, fam. Time for the best hour of the week. Go Bills. Just warms your heart when people write stuff like that, don't it?
Yeah, it looks like his picture is on vacation somewhere in that one.
Yeah. Doug's always on vacation, I feel like.
Yeah. If he's not winning stuff from the 24/7 Buff Pandemonium raffles and donations, he's on vacation.
That's how he affords all the vacations.
There you go.
Love you, Doug. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. We got John Johns again. I hope everyone had a wonderful Father's Day. How was your Father's Day, man?
It was good. I turned it into a long week. I had a good time with the kids on Friday. They had some money to spend, so I took them to Walmart, took them out to dinner. It was a long week, so I enjoyed it. And I don't know if I told you, I don't know if I'm breaking it, but we're expecting another September 11th. So that'll be number 4.
Yeah. Well, I knew.
Yeah. I don't know if the Buff fan base.
I don't remember if you did or not. I kind of feel like you did the last time I was on. But
I'm just excited. Guess
what? Swank Reed being born September 11th. Get on it, dude.
There you go.
That's the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, the other half of the Blow crew, BWO, Corey Blaine. What's up, Mafia family? How is everyone? Can't wait to talk Bills football. Hell yeah, brother Blaine. How are you, brother?
Brother Blaine.
This is Sparta. That's him. Mafia, mount up. What up, boys? Mafia, mount up. What was the thing that Jerry was going to say? It was a Halo thing. No, I can't remember.
I need a weapon.
I'm sure if Jerry was here, he'd be like, I need a weapon.
I need a weapon.
Good to see you too, John Johns. Corey, welcome back, you Sasquatch looking bastard. Love you. Love you too.
Now, John's, I thought I saw birthday or anniversary or something going up there. I saw a picture of him and Lisa. So,
Man, I think it was it his birthday? Maybe it was their anniversary.
he'll tell us here in a second.
So busy, man. Congratulations on everything. Your birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of it.
Father's Day, all that good stuff.
We love us, the Johns, man. Thanks, Doug. It's good to be back. Jamie, Coleman gained weight and speed. Psyched. Yeah, you guys talked a lot about MiniCamp while I was gone. I'd like to at least brush on her here and get into it. Hopefully once the other part of your DNA comes on here. But a lot of people excited about Coleman, man.
Yep. Gain the weight, gain the speed. I think not only he was tearing Maxwell Harrison apart apparently, but he, second year versus a rookie. But the big thing for our friend Mr. Keon Coleman with his basketball background, they did a charitable event last week, and apparently he put 60 on this charity. So his athletic ability is shining. I saw highlights, and I'm telling you what, guys, if he is not a red zone presence this year, I will be highly disappointed. I mean, he gets up there.
Dude looks like he could suit up and play in the NBA. Like he was just dunking all over everybody. It was awesome. Check that video out if you haven't seen it. 400 of you tuning in right now. Thank you so much. Tell everybody. Spread it around. Tell your ex-wife. Tell your uncle that lives in the basement. Tell everybody. Ellen Lartz, let's get cracking, everyone. Hell yeah. In homage to my boy Brent Thompson. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Ellen? Haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you. Mary Jane Brown Hughes, what's up, Mafia? How's it going, Mary Jane? John Johns, hello, Scott.
Hi, John.
I hope that's the way he said it.
Just that to the point, and that's why the period's there.
Hello. We got Joey Hatch, 12th Man Mafia in the house. What up, Joey? Great to be home, Ellen. Great way to put that. Thank you so much. Really missed you guys, man. It was very fun doing all them things and playing all them shows, but it felt weird being gone for 3 weeks for sure.
A radio appearance too there, Swank.
Yeah, that was really cool. Got some other cool opportunities off that, and I thought it was fun. There's a bunch of videos that I posted of it. One of the videos, if I might for 2 seconds, man, my favorite song I'm playing right now, High and Low. It's going to be on our new record, which is starting to get mixed right now. I just sent one of the songs out yesterday. But it's a cool tune. It's about my mom's friend. Did I explain this already on here?
Not on here. No.
No?
You explained it on the radio last week, though.
Yeah. So if you go to my site or the Derelict site or our social media or whatever, there's a whole thing where I explain where all the lyrics and everything came from, and check it out. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite right now, and I think it'll ring a chord with some people. And it's not about my ex-wife, so that's cool.
There you go.
Jared's time to hold out. Yeah. Birdo, hello, Mafia. Long time. That's Birdo.
What's up, Alberto?
How you doing, brother? We got Lisa Johns. Hey, guys. What's up, Lisa? Good to see you. Joey. Yes. Patrick, tell everybody where you can find your new podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, Spartan. Spartan's also part of BWO. My manners, where I'm a little rusty, man. It's been a couple weeks. I'm so sorry. Man, Cooper. I'll just leave that one there for a second. Joey, I invited 3,000 people. Hopefully we get them numbers up soon. Hell yeah. Invite everybody you can over to BWO. Help our boys get them views and followers. And if you haven't, go over and like our stuff too. Why not?
Yeah, so like I put your website up there on the comments.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, man. Patrick, Buffalo World Order, Talking Bills, Fantasy Wrestling, and more Wednesdays. Hell yeah.
Fantasy wrestling, is that like rated NC-17 stuff, or is that like the in the ring stuff?
Is that like fantasy football, but fantasy wrestling, where you get certain points for like the tightness of the costumes and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Do they have a mask or not?
What's their walkout music like?
Right.
Swank, Borderland. I'm waiting to hear still. I kind of not holding my breath for that one. There is a big one, Lisa, that I am very excited for. That I think we're right at the top of the list to be a part of. So I will let you know. But that one would be at Ironworks again. But if we get it, it would be sold out for sure. So I'll let you know, and I'll score you guys some tickets if and it happens. Let's see. Ellen, anyone know what the hell is going on with James Cook? You guys talk a lot about Jimbo while I was gone.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I think for me, man, I don't think any of this is him. I think it's all the agent stuff. He doesn't want to lose any more money than he's already losing, if you ask me. So that's why you're going to see him at the mandatory. You're going to see him at the training camp. I feel like we've already talked about this.
Just a little bit, but
yeah.
Hey man, it's a little time of the year. We can repeat it, and these are all still hot topics,
Yeah.
But I agree with you 100%. I think we all go in there speculating, and then just by hearing his interview and knowing he's showing up, you kind of get a better feeling that it probably more than likely is agent versus Bean, and not James Cook. I mean, he said he likes his money, so he's going to be here, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be at training camp, and they'll get something figured. There's not a lot of money there, so you know how Bean likes to set the table and say, hey, listen, even when he cuts people, stay in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Once you're cut, we'll bring you back. I'm sure there's conversations about money down the road, but again, that's trusting Bean. So there's that part of it. So I got a little more confidence after hearing that interview and knowing that he showed up for sure.
Yeah. I know a lot of people weren't stoked on James Cook's interview and kind of the way he was phrasing things and stuff. I don't know. I saw it. I didn't really think it was anything other than the James Cook that we knew and know before. I think there's a lot of emotion around the fact that oh, he's pulling these stunts and doing that. I don't think he's doing anything, to be honest. I think he made his point, said his piece via his agent, and I think his agent is, like I said, kind of doing the talking and would probably like it if James sat out, but I don't think Jimbo's going to do that. I just don't see. It's like he's not making enough money to be fined that much. He'd be fined his whole yearly salary in the first 2 weeks of training camp, probably, he's not going to do that. And it doesn't shine to the character that he has and has shown.
Mm-hmm.
So little sidebar, my back's been kind of screwed up here these last 2 days. I have been going through and watching the condensed version of the games, from week 1. And I'll tell you, I'm on week 10 right now, and James Cook has only missed 1 game, and I get it. You forget about a lot. You get, like I said, the emotion is real, and I get it. I got a little rattle of the reeds that we can kind of dive into this later. That might be the opposite side of the coin, but dude is who he is. He doesn't play as much as we want him to all the time. He's not on the field as much, but man, when he gets the ball, Jesus Christ, he's
electric. I mean, 46% of snaps. I mean, you have a running back on any team, I think any fan would not be happy with that, but what he does when he's given the opportunity, he does perform for sure. And going into what we've talked about, James Cook, he's always been a low-key kind of guy.
Yeah.
So the fans out there that said he doesn't look very excited to be here, he's been like that in Georgia. Look at his interviews. Even then, I mean, he's just a low-key, kind of humbled, straightforward moving kind of guy. So you're getting what you get with him.
Absolutely. What's up, Pops? How's it going? My dad in the comments there, Lance. Lisa and John both said it was his birthday. Happy birthday. John. I knew it. I had an intuition that that's what it was, and I just yeah. Keon dunking all over everybody. Florida Sabres up 1-0.
Interesting.
Jamie wants Coleman to get the jump ball.
I think we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Patrick said Jared's word count must be out.
Yeah, we boot him when that happens.
There's that derelict website if you're interested in that. Oh, thanks, Mary Jane. Patrick says, so get them R's rolling because he gets one word per R. Yeah, you guys got to say more than one R, and then he gets another word on it. Look for Spartan shout-out segment coming soon to BWO. Hell yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Best handle on the internet right here. Nate Nacho. What's up, boys? Go Bill. Hell,
What's up, Nate?
What's up, Nate? Trying to skirt through here now. He said, Joey says, come on now. James Cook has been here for how long? This is how he always has acted. Absolutely, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jerry. Hopefully we get him back here in a little bit. But I did have rattle the reeds.
Okay.
Let's
see how I do.
Should I wait at all? No?
Let's do it.
All right. You guys in the comments are going to have to help him out here. I do love me doing some rattle the reeds, and it's mostly because of this. That's right, rattle the reeds. Brought to you by the Buff Fan Base. That's right, we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Super proud to be, and sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirt.com. Give them all your money. They'll do really great things with it. They got great styles and cuts for you and everybody in your family, and all the money goes to a family in Western New York in need. Oh my God, it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win. We're on 14 now. It's starting to get long.
That was 14. We'll have to go back on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably not. I went I wanted to stop, basically. So this week's Rattle the Reeds is something that I found a little bit interesting. It's a two-parter, Scooter.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, let me hear it from you guys in the comments too to help this poor solo gentleman out, because I got all the answers right here.
If you see me looking to the right, that's a blank piece of paper right there. If it's just me, I got to keep track of what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, Scooter, offensively this last season in 2024, there was 10 players that played 50% or more of the snaps total
offensively.
Can you name those 10 players?
50% of the snap. Josh Allen,
yes, 88.97%. You got Joshua.
I'm gonna go Shakir,
yes, he's 10, 53.86.
Dawkins, Edwards, McGovern.
Edwards, McGovern. Yep.
Torrance and Brown are offensive linemen.
Torrance is the number one snap count percentage. He had 1,013 snaps for 93.1% of the snaps played on offense this year. Yeah, and all the offensive linemen. You are missing 1, 2, 3.
I'm going Hollins.
Hollins had 66.27%.
Okay, 1, 2. That's 8. I need 2 more.
Yep.
It wasn't Coleman.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, let's go Coleman on that.
Coleman, 54.9%. And let's see if he's got a shirt on and if we can see and hear him. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at his eyes. He's like,
he's annoyed. I'm so angry.
Can you hear? We can't hear you, though.
We can't hear you, though. Jared, we're playing Rattle the Reeds. We can't hear you. There's 10 players that played more than 50% of the snaps. I've already guessed 9 of them.
Are you muted or something? Or
no, he's not muted on my end. It might be on his mic.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Knox.
You going Knox? You are correct. 56.8%.
Thanks, Joshua Williams.
Yeah, that's it right there. Helping him out in the comments. Nice job, guys. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Only 10% of the guy or 10 guys played 50% or more. James Cook was not on that list, like I said, and he was at 44.5% of the snaps this season.
Interesting. So that means Knox had more than Kincaid.
Kincaid was right after James Cook at 12 with 43%. And then it dropped substantially to 34% with Curtis Samuel. Ty Johnson, 29%. And I actually would have thought that Ty had less snaps than Ray for some reason. But they're
Right.
comparable.
Right. Okay.
Ray was at 24%. So any guess where Amari Cooper fell in this?
No idea. I'm guessing maybe 15%.
21%, man.
Nice, quiet.
Literally, he had 239 snaps. Ray Davis had 264. And Amari was only on the team for like half the season. Crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think we get wrapped up in that James Cook stuff, the percentages, and I'd like to see it bumped up some more, obviously, because he's playmaker, whether he's running the ball or catching the ball. He's a big playmaker there. And none of these numbers, reception wise, yards wise, none of this is going to blow you out of the water. You know, I think Shakir led the team with 800 and some yards. Like, it's just interesting to me, man. So let's go the other way. I'll throw this up here real fast just so you guys can see it. Let's go the other way. Defensively, Scooter Magoo.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
We can't, do one without the other. I believe there's 11 people that had over 50% of the snaps.
Wow. You think with the rotational D that they have?
Mm-hmm.
Rapp and Hamlin.
Yep. Hamlin was second, 79%. Rapp was at 70%.
I'm gonna go our corners in Benford for sure.
Benford, yep. He was number one, 84.5% of the snaps, 933.
Taron Johnson.
Yes, 646, but he only had 58.5% of the snaps.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's 11, huh?
Yep.
Groot,
absolutely. He had 735 snaps, 66.5%.
I want to say that left end probably rotated more than Groot's side did. I don't want to say Epinesa or
do you?
I'm going to say yes, Epinesa.
55%, 612 snaps AJ Epinesa played.
Okay.
And I tell you what, that boy, a couple of them games I was watching, he lit shit up. AJ Epinesa did.
He's quietly destructive.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think most people have their eyes on either Ed Oliver or Groot on the other side, but you're not. Epinesa is still tearing it up.
Yep.
Let's go Eddie O, if I already haven't said him yet.
Ed Oliver scraping in number 10, 54.6%.
Bernard and Milano.
Bernard had 749 snaps, 67.8. Yes. Milano, I don't think is on this list. No. 19%. 200.
Damn, that's right. I forgot he missed all that.
183 snaps.
Dorian Williams, then.
Dorian Williams, yes. 649 snaps, 58%.
That's like a whole show conversation, too, isn't it? I mean, what do we do with Dorian? He was leading the league in tackles before Milano came back. I mean, he did have some hiccups in his game, but it seemed like he was getting better and better and better, and all of a sudden, Milano's back. I mean, I understand it.
I don't think Milano automatically gets the job. I think you know how this team operates, man. I think if Dorian Williams comes out and has a better camp, they'll put Milano in rotationally the way they were doing it with Williams before Milano got hurt, right? Like, I mean, why not?
Right.
But
and he's already taken a year off his contract. He may be on his way out.
Yeah. I think we got robbed as a fan base. If this season doesn't work out the way we wanted to, we absolutely got robbed not being able to see Bernard and Milano 100% healthy on the field for a full season together.
I agree.
It's criminal. They would have been the best 1-2 punch linebacking pairing in the whole NFL.
For sure. We saw how well they complemented each other when they played with each other, and they weren't even 100%.
Yep.
Let's go Daquan Jones for that last 11th spot.
No, so close though, 49%. But no, he fell right out.
Who took his spot then? Is it a defensive lineman? Interior?
Nope.
It's the other corner, isn't it? Rasul Douglas.
Rasul Douglas is third. You must have missed 2 on this, buddy. 75% of the snaps, which is a little alarming, seeing as how he hasn't signed with a team yet, has he? 830 snaps the boy played. Read your list to me. Do you got them all written down or no?
Yep. Rap Hamlin.
Yeah.
Benford, Taron Johnson.
Yeah.
We just added in Rasul Douglas.
Yeah.
Groot, Oliver Epinesa.
Yeah.
Bernard, Dorian Williams.
Bernard, Dorian Williams. Yep. You're missing one. Josh is guessing Bishop. That is not correct. He's pretty low on this list. I'd have to scroll down pretty far to find him, I think. Because I don't think he played a lot other than like.
What's the position for the last spot?
Free safety.
Did Cam Lewis play enough free safety?
Cam Lewis, 595 snaps, 53.8%.
I would not have guessed that unless you said safety.
I know it.
It's like, who's the third safety on the team? Oh, the guy that does almost everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I again, going back through these games, crazy. He is one of those pieces that you're like, you forget about him, and then he shows up. Every time he's on the field in some capacity, he shows up. Or every game he's on the field, I shouldn't say every time, every snap. But yeah, I don't know. I just everybody puts a lot of weight in this snap count and the percentage on the field, and I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to throw it out there, maybe give you guys something to chew on here in the boring ass off season. And there it is. Chew away.
Cam Lewis, one of those Buffalo guys. Definitely, yeah. That's the thing about going back to these games, right, Swank, is that you already know what the outcome is. You can start focusing on some of these other things that you really wouldn't pay attention to.
I did not rewatch any of the games that we've lost. So
yeah. What's up, Jim?
What up, Jim?
Mad Dog 2020.
Let's see. I think my old man threw a question up here. Here we go. Okay, guys, what looks the best and worst you see so far with the team? That's pretty broad. What do you want me to go first? You got something lined up?
I got something lined up for both, but I'll lead the way with the offense. I think the best with the offense, and it's not a specialty spot, it's all the linemen that are coming back. We have our starting 5 coming back, and then I believe all 5, if not more, of our backups. So I'm most excited about that. Joe Brady, obviously another year under his belt as the offensive coordinator. And anytime these linemen do not have to learn, the quarterback too, guys, but anytime the linemen don't have to learn new blocking schemes or different plays, they become pretty cohesive, pretty quick, maintain that cohesiveness. And it becomes a game to them because they're calling out these defenses quicker, which means Josh Allen will get the ball off quicker and the reads will be a lot quicker. So I'm most excited, or the best I think would be the offensive line on the offense. What's the worst in your offense? What's the worst you see so far in the offense, Swank?
In the offense, it's hard to say, man, because I'm pretty comfortable with the offense. I guess I would say the tight end situation. What are we going to do? How are we going to utilize it? Does Kincaid come back from this injury? Even though I still, again, going back through these games, he showed up when he like a lot of times he showed up. He didn't have the stats to show it, or the stats that we'd want him to have, I guess. But yeah, I want to see Dalton Kincaid. We're going into year 3.
Yep.
In McDermott systems, man, 3rd year is a big year for all these players, and I could see him coming out and just being a monster and arriving. And that would be huge, man. Huge.
Well, I've thrown this stat out a couple times, Swank, and I heard it and I looked it up. 69% of Kincaid's targets were catchable last year, on top of the injury. So you can almost, I mean, you hate to guarantee anything because they got to be healthy and play the game. The best ability is availability, but you can almost guarantee that his numbers are going to be better if him and Josh can connect a little better. And 69% of the chances that he has are or the only chance he has.
Yeah. Our guy Mookie says Bills O-line is 10 plus strong. Absolutely, man. It's it's an anchor. This whole offense in general, I feel like if you got Josh Allen in a good line and Jimbo back there too, like a lot of this stuff, we've done a lot more with a lot less, I feel like. So, yeah. So let's flip it here. What do you think on the defensive side of the ball? What is the worst thing that you're worried about here?
The youth. It's just a very young defense. Think about it. Starting off with our safety position. I think Bishop's going to be asked to be a starter. I think he's capable, but there's still that youth factor, that second year experience. Cornerbacks. I know we have Trey back and Dane Jackson back, but those guys are going to be fighting for position for the 3 corners that we brought in, and Hancock, Dorian Strong, and Maxwell Harrison. I think Hancock is more of the safety, multifaceted kind of guys that can do a lot of it, but very young. And then obviously we know how we drafted defensive line. So we got the TJ Sanders fella, and we have Landon Jackson. So the youth, if these guys can catch on to this tough defensive scheme that McDermott presents, good get, but they got a lot to learn, and it's the youth part that makes me the most nervous.
I think I'll flip it a little bit and say that doesn't make me as nervous because we do have those vets back there, right? So we kind of like have that safety net. I mean, I would think like they're probably going to go Benford, Harrison for CB1-2 to start the season. Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe they put Trey in there.
He's making a name for himself, Trey. He looks young.
Yeah. Well,
but it is June.
That's kind of like the gift of having these old guys that are back that know the system. You know, if Trey can stay healthy enough, we did see, man, last season, it seemed like he lost a step. You know, and he's been fighting all those injuries and coming back again, you know, for a second year in a row and all that stuff. I would love to see him come out and at least bridge the gap and then make it easy for Harrison to take over. So I would say the youth doesn't scare me or worry me as much as CB2 in general. I think I think the unsureness of that position and who's really going to be over there, and you know, we need snap counts, we need playing time, we need all that stuff, and you know, going between a vet that has had success here but has had injuries, or a really fast rookie in his first season trying to prove himself, like, I don't know, that's a coin flip. So I think that part makes me nervous.
I would not if you saw all these corners playing a lot of preseason.
Oh yeah, I think you see a ton, and I think it's wide open. I think Benford's the only guy that's got a spot, like, like for sure his spot is there. The rest of these guys, I think it's whoever shows out. You know. John Roberts says Trey White is leadership. Absolutely.
Sure. I mean, on a roster, honestly, they keep 6 corners. Are you mad that Trey White's 5 or 6? For real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. Way better position than we were last year or the year before.
Yep. And I know I said the youth was something that concerned me, but like Swank, I think when you were alluding to the youth part, we have leadership at every position. Daquan Jones, interior defensive line, Groot and Epinesa now, even Bosa on the edge. Then we have Milano and Bernard, linebackers, Benford corner, and Rapp and Hamlin at safety. We, as young as they are, they still have that core that is able to keep these guys in line, and hopefully that just is, it's something that will trend. It has trend for the last 8 years. It will continue to do so.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they hit, like they've thrown enough darts at the board, right, this year, and so many youthful positional needs filled on the defensive side of the ball that hopefully some of these dudes start hitting like harder to add to that depth, and not only provide that rotational value, but the longevity of having like solid people that can make a difference in those positions. I think, you know, that whole draft, develop, retain, you know, we need that, especially on the line, especially in the secondary. Hell, even linebacker, like all over the defense, we could use depth. So if any of these dudes hit, even if half of them hit, even if a third of them hit, like that'll be great. That'll pay big dividends to the Bills moving forward here.
I'll tell you what, buddy, if any of those rookies, young guys hit quick right off the bat in the first 6 weeks, that Ogunjobi and that Hoyt guy may have just lost their opportunity by getting suspended.
Yeah.
There's that potential.
For sure. Patrick says worst for the defense will be the first weeks with 2 powerhouse guys suspended, alluding to the same point that Scooter was just making here. Yeah, I mean, you miss what you miss. I think they're probably still going to be okay, but we'll see, man. You know, talent, competitiveness, like it all breeds perfection, and this is a team that's hungry and in it every single year, and it's going to be really hard to make this roster.
Yep.
Mookie says safety position, Bishop and Hancock gets a chance, but hell, I wouldn't be mad if Justin Simmons was added. And nobody would be mad at that, Mook.
I'm surprised, honestly, that Justin Simmons is still out there for the taking.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I like that Hancock comment there, Mookie. This guy from Ohio State, he's one of the guys that I highlighted in our pre-draft potentials, and he's an exciting ball hawk. I wouldn't go as far to say Jarius Bird type, but I would say if you're going to compare him to any safety the Bills have had, he'd be the guy, and we all know what he did his first couple seasons in Buffalo.
Yeah. If we're flipping it over to what we're not worried about on the defense here, the best aspect of the defense, for me, it's linebacker. I think that is solid as hell. I think, it's exciting. It's exciting with Dorian Williams in the mix. It's exciting if Milano can scrape together one of the healthiest seasons that he's had playing here in recent history. But Terrell Bernard, I mean, what a stud. What an absolute stud. Get the extension in the offseason, a leader of this defense, just flying all over the field and playing smart. I was thinking, again, while rewatching some of these games, thinking like, remember that time? We brought this up earlier this offseason too. Remember that time when we were all worried, like, who's going to be that linebacker? What are we going to do? And he was hurt, like, oh no, maybe it's, like, who knows if that guy's even good. And then he comes in and just automatically, after Edmonds is gone, just completely like steps in, never looked back. Like,
I mean, I'd like to know if anybody had insider information on that, if they were keeping it close to the chest, because I think everyone I talked to had no idea who the linebacker was going to be that first week.
No.
After Edmonds left, but the Bills hit it well, and Bernard was hurt, so it's like, oh my gosh, who's it going to be?
Yeah, it's awesome. And he, again, just another culture guy, another Bills guy through and through. Just, I don't know. If you can, go just watch the highlights from the games, man. Go back and watch the highlights. Guaranteed, every game that he dresses for, he did miss a couple games last season. Mm-hmm. Every game he dresses for, he's making plays every single time. It's crazy.
And I know our linebackers are smaller in size, but the advantage we have this year that we've had any other year is the size that the Bills added with their rookies this year. So anytime you can take up 2 blocks and not have our 225-pound linebackers have to take on these guards, these guys fly the ball. They read plays quick anyways as it is. They'll have that's much more of an advantage for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. John Robert, I was only curious about Zach Davidson. Yeah, sorry, John. I saw your question about who was going to be TE3. You got a take on that?
I think it's going to be the rookie Jackson Hawes. They drafted him to be a blocking tight end because we really don't have one of those. But in camp, yes, again, he's not being hard pressed. He's not being defended very difficultly. I just made that word up.
That was good.
But he is someone that's making some crazy catches, something that they were not expecting. Doesn't have a lot of targets and catches at Georgia Tech, but I think he'll be the surprise. And I'm excited for Jackson Hawes. He's someone that they could bring 6 linemen out with Alec Anderson, have 3 tight ends, and still be able to burn people with the Kincaid and Hawes out there. I'm excited for him. Zach Davidson, a big, tall, lengthy tight end. He reminded me of the David Nelson type tight ends back in the day when the Bills had him. But it's time that Bills got someone beefy to help out with the line. So I think Zach's out.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you already have the guys that can catch,
Yep.
So it's, yeah. Uncle James says first game is important. Who we got to watch besides Jackson?
King Henry, obviously.
Yeah, just got a 2-year extension, right? 15 or 1 year, 2-year.
It's a bit. He got a lot of money though. That's all I know.
I think he got 15 or 12, something like that a year. He got James Cook wishes he wants money right there. Derrick Henry is one of those dudes. Like, yes, last season was amazing. Saquon Barkley last season was amazing. These dudes cannot sustain this level, I don't think. Like, I mean, paying running backs, again, go back to the James Cook thing. At least James Cook got some more tread on his tires. Like, he's almost like a specialty act. You know what I mean? But yeah, 50% of less than 50% of the snaps. But production, man, it's all about production. But anyway, Derrick Henry, I don't see him getting through this contract without another big injury, and I'm not wishing it on him. It's just
he touches the ball a lot.
He touches it all the time. There aren't a whole lot of seasons before this where he's healthy the whole season. Like, it's hard. And a guy that big, I get it, man. I don't want him to have success unless it's against the Bills. Fine. But like, I don't see it. I don't see him staying healthy and being that productive. But maybe, man, I was wrong. I messed up a Saquon Barkley Dynasty League trade last year because like there's no way he goes to Philadelphia and stays healthy and makes it through the whole season. And I was wrong. Absolutely wrong. It's not wrong. So don't take my advice on it. But I think Jackson is that team. Like I think he is that team.
I do have a 2B and 2C though. I'd have to go Mark Andrews. Come back after what happened to him the last game. He's going to have a little bit of a revenge thing. And I will add in there with our young corners, Zay Flowers may be someone that we have to worry about.
I mean, Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman.
He has shown some flashes. Isaiah Likely actually stepped up, I think, way more than Mark Andrews, especially in the beginning of the season. Mark Andrews, yeah. I mean, I could see it. Again, it's one of those positions you can play a little into your older years and be okay. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You see these dudes that are retiring at like 26, you know? And then you got these guys, they're creeping up into early 30s, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, what's the likelihood Isaiah's a starter?
Mm-hmm.
Likelihood?
I think it's likely. Patrick says, if Bean frees up some more money, would you bring Vaughn or Douglas back? I think I'd bring back Rasul Douglas if it was a minimum. I think he's somebody that could be more useful to us than Von Miller right now in that respect.
If I'm bringing one, I think it's Douglas. I agree. Yeah. Yep.
Vaughn, I wouldn't. I mean, it would be like he wants to come back here, and that's it. I think, right? Didn't he say that? Like, he only really wants to come back here.
Yep.
Really, if we're bringing anybody back in secondary to be a nice guy about stuff, Poyer, I guess, would be. He's knocking on the door, kind of begging to come back. We don't need. We just don't need. We don't need these guys. Vaughn, it's like, I think we got a ton of ends right now. Like, I'm excited about the variety and the depth of the ends and tackles that we have right now. So Vaughn doesn't really interest me at all, I guess. Maybe got burned a little bit too much now. And
I really enjoy our depth that we have this year. I think this may be the first time in the 5 years, 6 years we've been doing this, Swank, where I don't think there's a player I think I would mind not having back. I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. It only took like 8 years, but here we are.
We are. Who do you want back? I like our rookies.
Let's go. Joe Andreessen will be Terrell's back. I agree, man. He's having a hell of a camp, and I think he rolls right with that. Hometown boy, what a story, man. And he's shining in camp. So hopefully he rolls that momentum right into training camp. and gains himself a nice solid number 2 position behind Terrell Bernard. That'd be great, man.
Oh yes, Balin Spector's been injured. Ulofoshio has always been on the always inactive. And injuries. I think he's played more games than Ulofoshio has. So I agree. Shaq Thompson was brought in from Carolina. Swank last week. You weren't here. It may be just a familiar face, just in case something happens to this defensive scheme. But I like Joe Andreessen. I think he's earned his stripes for sure. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun to watch for sure. Preseason.
Yeah, well, again, another young guy, a hungry guy, a dude that shows up when he's putting in the game. I mean, he's putting in the work. Special teams, he's putting in the work when he gets his number called. Like it's that is the story. That is like the practice squad story that I think like we're beyond rooting for the practice squad guy. Here we are. This guy is on the roster. This guy's I don't see us cutting him for anything right now.
Right. It's that secret stuff that Bean does that he doesn't get the credit for. The Benford 6th round, the Andreessen undrafted, even the Cam Lewises of the world. These guys are guys that are going to contribute for a while that you got to give Bean credit for, because they're not just there to fill the roster. They're actually contributing.
Yeah. Patrick Hughes, Swank, everyone has said that Henry can't keep up for the last 3 years, and he seems to get better each year. Dude is a beast, a.k.a. NFL Brock Lesnar. It's another wrestling reference that you'll get with BWO if you go over there with Buffalo Spartan, number 1, and Patrick Hughes and Corey Blaine, because I forgot to say Spartan earlier. I'm sorry. I don't know Brock Lesnar's deal, dude, but I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're 100% right. I don't know, man. It's just I think I really got sold on that don't pay a running back thing. I think there's 4 of them in the league that get big money. And out of the 4 of them, one of them every single season is out. Yep. And for last year's case, Christian McCaffrey, I think the year before that, Saquon signed an extension and then missed like a bunch of games. It's just, yes, they're important. Here's something that might be a little controversial. If you put Ty Johnson in every single time James Cook was in and handed him the ball or threw him the ball, how much different would it be? No disrespect to James Cook. I just said James Cook is a beast. 18 scores. Absolutely. Give him some money. Maybe not $15 million a year, but give him some money. He deserves money from somewhere. Would it be that much different if Ty Johnson had those touches rather than James Cook? Like, what are we talking? You know what I mean?
Ty Johnson had a better rush average, and Ty Johnson proved to be effective in the passing game.
So, stat nerd wise, if we're talking, theoretically, he could have done more.
Here's the interesting stat, Swank: 15.8 yards a catch to 8.1 James Cook. He doubled James Cook's catching yards.
Yeah.
Average.
Yeah. I'd like to know how many times. I mean, obviously James Cook was targeted more, all that stuff. But we should sit down and do those numbers someday and just see how many times. Because Ty was not. It's like he wasn't not targeted, right?
Right. I got him right here, Swank.
Great.
Ty Johnson, 25 targets, 18 catches, 284 yards, 15.8 average, 3 touchdowns. James Cook had 38 targets, 32 catches, higher catch percentage.
Wow.
258 yards, 30 less yards, 8.1 yards a catch, and 2 touchdowns. And that's just receiving.
Wow. So he had a higher catch percentage. I wouldn't have thought that, because what do we always think of? Those couple drops, right? Like, and in the season before, he was like dropping them left and right.
He dropped a couple big ones. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And even in one of the games I was watching today, he dropped one in the corner of the end zone. I can't remember which game it was. That's interesting though. So, but I don't know. So if so he's got a third more targets, double more whatever. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting exercise. I don't know if it gets us anywhere, but to me, you got a dude like Ty Johnson who fits so good in this scheme. Not saying James doesn't. I'm not talking any sort of disrespect or shade towards James.
Yeah, we're not taking anything away from James.
No,
just so
not
you
at
all
all.
know that.
But I'm saying Ty Johnson, I just wonder. I wonder. Why not?
It's all we can do. And I feel you.
And he wouldn't even be the number. I don't think he'd be the number one back if James Cook decided to sit out the season or something crazy like that. I think Ray Davis would. You know,
Yep.
So, like, it's nuts. It's just not. Again, to me, it's all about like how much do you pay these guys when a lot of it. Yes, there's the vision. Yes, there's the speed. I see all of that. He's got all of that. I was telling my wife while I had my back brace on in my chair today, like, God, look at the vision. This dude, like, he sees the food. He sees the field.
Babe, you see this play?
Yeah, you know, like it's an amazing thing to watch. But is it that much? Like, how much incrementally is it better than just the guy that's okay at it? You know what I mean? Like.
And like we alluded to, and Mookie even said, 10+ strong offensive line. That offensive line has a lot to do with how James Cook performed this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the play calls.
Yeah. John Roberts says no to Poyer. I mean, yeah, I hear you, dude. I think he'd be like a Hyde thing, right? Like, is that kind of what it would be? Like, not necessary, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick says, feed us more because wide receiver more is turning heads. I'm excited for our wide receiver room. Me too, man. Yeah, I think people were upset about not making that huge splash. I think this wide receiver room looks better than last year's by far.
I agree.
Between Elijah Moore, Palmer, Curtis Samuel, man. Again, I know
injured last year.
Injured. The touches that he got last year, he's electric, man. If you can get him more involved, if you I don't know, if you got better people on the outside, whatever, you know.
Just watch the playoffs. Curtis Samuel is the healthiest he had been all season in the playoffs, and he burned a couple people a couple times.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was like the Titans game or the Jets game, but they featured him like he was getting targeted the whole first half, and man, he was catching everything. You know, there's still something there. Let's see, Jamie. Last year at Highmark, all our home games are awesome. What one you going to? Scott, if you're going to a game, tell us. If you just have a wish list, what do you want?
I want that Thursday Miami game, week 3.
That's a nice one. Yeah.
Yep, that's a real nice one. And obviously, if I can pull it, that last game, obviously the last game of the season with the Jets would be a pretty sweet win or lose. It'll be an emotional day. It'll be like all the Bills fans and all the Bills players tell you about the Houston Oilers comeback game. There
everybody was there.
72,000 inside the stadium and 100 million trying to get into the stadium. It will be an emotional day, and I want to be a part of it. I don't even have to go to the game. I'll just go tailgate.
I'll go to the game.
Well, yeah, week 3, right off the bat, I would love to see that primetime game against the Miami Dolphins. That'd be my wish list right there.
Hell yeah. Man, there's so many good ones home. I don't know. Like, this is
all of them are good ones home.
I know. This one isn't special, I don't think, but I think that Bucks game would be a fun, like,
for sure
to go to. The Eagles game would be a fun one. I don't know, man. I guess okay. So my eyes went right to the Chiefs game, though. I haven't been to one of them.
It's a 4:00 game.
I think I could go. Why not? I'll go to any. If you guys got extra tickets, Scott and I will go to any of them. Well, I'll go. Scott might be busy here a little bit, but we'll work on it.
We'll work on it. All hands on deck. I might have to have some babysitters over to help the wife with the 4 kids and the new baby, but
yeah.
Baby, it's the last season at the stadium. That Bucks game would be fun. The Mayfield connection with the draft, and I'm becoming a fan of Mayfield, so I think it'd be fun to watch both of those games. That might be one of those games where there's 70 total points plus scored.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think we talked about this the last time I was on the show. I believe that 60 of those would be on the Bill side of things.
There you go.
I do like Baker a lot more, again, now that he's on Tampa Bay. And, he's a scrappy guy. He's a funny guy. He's likable. But Baker's going to Baker. And if you want him to do that, you want him to do it this game because, I don't know. I think even like when he gets in a zone where he's doing good, there's always that chance that machismo stuff is going to come out, and then it's going to like.
Oh, there it is. There it is. He did too much. He did too much.
Jim Graham. People love saying don't pay the running backs. That's like y'all going to work and not getting paid. Make it make sense. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that that's kind of like the way things are right now, but I get it. I think the market's oversaturated with them. Again, the thing is there's like 3 or 4 guys at the top, and then there's like 20 guys that could all do the same job. And then after that, there's like 40 guys that could all do the same job.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like group everybody into like a big pot or whatever, but I'm just saying like that's the way the NFL is right now. And to me, I just don't see it being worth paying those top 4 guys when you got those. You got a better chance of drafting one of those guys that can be the next top 20, and then get them on a rookie deal. And yes, it sucks for them, absolutely. But if they can get their money.
Jim, I say pay him. I do, but a lot of people say pay the man. But it's I'll put it in perspective. Okay. The top 5 running backs in the league is how they come up with a franchise tag. And right now the franchise tag is 14.6. So it's not even 15. And 2 of those running backs that are included in that franchise tag are Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey at $21 million and almost $20 million. So that number is significantly that's a $5 million, almost a $6 million difference from where the franchise tag is. So other than those 2 guys that make that franchise tag jump up so much, it's really not that much.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with the 10 mil with incentives up to 13 or 14. James Cook said, I've got to do what I did last year. He's come out and said, I like my money. That franchise tag is deceiving when 2 of the guys in those top 5 are making $5, $6, $7 million more than the next guy in line.
Sure. Oh, guys. All right. Hey, it's 9:30, Scooter. You calling her?
Let's play a couple more minutes.
Nah.
Here we go, folks. We're in overtime.
That's right. We're in overtime because we're unprofessional, and luckily the Buff fan base puts up with us, and we like talking with you guys. There's 939 of you guys tuning in with us live right now, and we really appreciate it. Again, we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network, also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give them all your money. You can get the freshest tees and support the best local causes right here in Western New York. All the money goes towards families in need right in your community. So it's an awesome thing, and we're really, really, really proud to be a part of it. That was like one of the biggest things when we joined up with the fan base. Like we're stoked to be a part of that too. So yeah, here we are, 9:31, man. John Robert, they find a way to pay when you don't complain. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I think we kind of nipped that in the bud when we talked about James Cook in his press conference and showing up. Was it him complaining, or was it him just stating what he wants to make, and then the whole media took over the rest of it? And we'll never know. We can all speculate, but I honestly, I was on your side, John. I was on your side, but when I see him showing up and doing all that, I'm starting to lean towards the way of he's having the people he's paying to manage his money do the talking.
Agents, man.
Yep.
Agents are trying to get paid. You got a lot of big personalities as well, and we got players that come on this show, and I'll tell you what, Mark Maddox is one of the realest dudes you'll ever meet, and he'll tell you flat out, go get your money.
Yep.
Get your money, because you're not the average career in the NFL is 2.5 years now.
Not long.
NFL,
not for long.
Yeah, exactly. So go out and get paid, and we support that, man. It's just when you're dealing with this cap, and you got Josh Allen who's he's taking a big chunk of it, but you want him to.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you built a culture where like people joke about this culture thing, man. These guys take team-friendly deals that have been here for a while and extensions and stuff like that because they like being here, because they want to help the team. And that's the culture of it. It's not singing Kumbaya around a campfire and a buzzword. It's really the fabric. It's woven into the fabric of this team. And I don't see Bean or McDermott going like, hey, buddy, come on. These guys are doing it because they want to stay here. They want to win. They want to help their team.
Yep. And McDermott came out and congratulated him. I think he was even surprised that James Cook showed up, and he's like, he's proud of him, that was a decision he made. I'm going to throw a little twist on this, Swank. Yes, these players want money, but any agent out there will tell you they don't make money until that second contract.
Yeah.
So James Cook's agent, he didn't make hardly anything on that first contract out of his rookie deal. This is also this agent's money that we're talking about, not just James Cook.
Yes.
So these guys tend to push and be a little more assish towards managers when it comes to trying to make money for their player, because they are also trying to get paid.
100%. That's that percentage.
Yep.
Patrick Hughes, Swank, you missed about a month, so you can go over to make up for lost time. You got it, bro. John, Christian Benford got paid and said nothing. Absolutely right, man. I love Christian Benford. I absolutely love him. I think his play speaks for him. But we all know, man, we've been fans of the NFL for long enough that there are certain players that do it that way, and there's certain players that do it the other way. There's also players that talk a whole lot and back it up, and players that talk a whole lot and don't back it up. So, there's a wide reach. I would like to think that there's more Benfords than, whoever you want to say, Ramses or whatever, whoever you want to put in that block. Cook didn't keep it internal. Yeah, I guess
that's the only thing I don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess again, I think that's agent. I think, but maybe you could be right, man.
Or young buck, just social media happy.
Mm-hmm. Jim Graham, I love that players want to come to Buffalo. I live in Alabama, and being a Bills Mafia for over 45 years. I'm only 52. I'm ready for a Super Bowl. Yeah, absolutely, man. Us too.
It's about time it happens. It's about time it happens.
Yeah. All right, guys. Got you a little overtime. Oh, wait, we got one last comment.
Of course. The one that's always saying, hey, guys, it's overtime. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, come on. Let's wrap it up. Don't mean to keep you guys, but a lot of pundits
I meant to say pundits
are talking about what numbers these players should be producing this year. X.
Oh, accidentally sent.
For example, damn, accidentally sent. You talking about stats, Jerry? I'm going to guess it would be a lot easier just to see your face.
So he's saying basically a lot of people are coming out, pundits are talking about what numbers to expect from some of these players this year.
Yeah.
Do players come to Buffalo to become stars?
No, I don't think so. I think players come to Buffalo to win. And that's different. I don't know. Thank you, Corey.
There you go.
I think McDermott and Bean have built something here that started where players wanted to come here because they felt comfortable here.
Mm-hmm.
They felt comfortable in the scheme and being pushed and developing a winning culture. They knew, like right now and for the last 8 years, that if you come to Buffalo, you're winning. Right? Josh Allen's here, you're winning. It's one of those things. McDermott's here, his scheme, whatever, how it goes. Like, I think they don't want the guys that want to come here to become stars. Really, right? That doesn't seem to fit the culture.
Right.
Anytime we've had somebody kind of like that, they go to Houston and get hurt, and then they go to the Patriots and they do a bunch of weird pink drugs. I don't know. I'm just saying. That personality just doesn't seem to fit. I think the flashy person, I think like they want confidence. Look at the Snowman. That dude, he eeps it out of every pore. If swag was in the dictionary, that dude's got it. But would you, if you talk to him, would he say he's a superstar, or that he wants that, or if they could trade that for a Super Bowl, like what would they do? You know what I mean? I think it's an interesting question, man, and I'll throw it over to you here too, Scott. But like, I don't think that personal gain is as important as the whole.
Right. To me, I think it's more of an opportunity for efficiency for the Buffalo Bills. So check one box, win. Be on a team that's winning. I'm going to use our 2 defensive ends that we brought in 5 years ago and the one we just brought in. Von Miller wanted to come in to win. Did Von Miller want to come in and make a paycheck? He did.
Yeah.
Okay. Bosa came in. What's he want to do? He wants to win. Bosa also knows that there's an opportunity for efficiency. The limited time in a rotational defense that he's going to have, he's going to try to get as many sacks as he can. Why? Because he signed a 1-year deal and he wants to make his last big contract. So he knows here in Buffalo, he can win, which Super Bowl is a hell of a thing to have on your resume. And he can also show the NFL that with the lack of opportunities he'll have, because it's rotational, he'll make the most out of it and he'll get all those sacks. That's why there's a lot of incentives in his pay. So I think that's why they come to Buffalo, and they do like the culture. So that all that stuff all together is a win-win, and that's why people are coming to Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, Jerry says over here, so numbers don't matter.
They don't, because these guys, the defense knows they're coming in, especially the front 7. They know they're coming in not getting 70% of the snaps. That's given. The wide receivers that came in, and Joshua Palmer and Moore, they know they're not going to get all the targets because Josh spreads the ball around and the offense asks for different schemes and different opportunities. So they don't come in knowing that they're going to be the star.
I think, I think that is just like a common thread that, like, if you're a player coming in and the Bills have expressed interest in you, you can look at their tape from the last couple of seasons. You can look at the moves that have been made, and you can tell, like, this is like everybody eats mentality. We're spreading the ball around. I do not think that means that if one of these dudes broke out and became a true number 1 crazy talent that was always open downfield, that was always getting separation, that had the hands of a Calvin Johnson and whatever, that they wouldn't get the targets, that they wouldn't get the ball. I mean, it means that it's not going to get forced to them.
Right.
But I believe if Khalil Shakir was open every single play, he'd get every single ball. Right? Like, why not?
Yep.
He throws it to the open man. He throws it to the guy who's winning. You earn your touches in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. So I think there's potential for you to get more of a lion's share, but you got to produce.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think it's very interesting. And I think thanks for stretching this out for us, Jerry. TJ Sanders, the only rookie not signed yet.
I believe there's a guaranteed issue with his contract. That's the only thing. It's not the money. He just wants to get money guaranteed in case there's injury.
All right, Kevin. Good to see you, boys. Go Bills. Hell yeah, Kev. How you doing, buddy?
Mr. Kanye?
Let's see here. All right, we got 2 more comments here, then we're going to call it. We're at 991 right now.
Let's hit that 1K.
Let's go. Let's get to 1K before we drop off. The beautiful Alan Light says, Dawkins knows he is loved by his teammates in the Bills Mafia, and he cares about doing well. Playoffs are gravy for Dion. Yeah, absolutely. You can see that. Joe Pierre. Revamped D-line along with a rookie star corner and our new wide receivers in Palmer and Moore, along with Coleman and Kincaid having the type of years that we would expect, make this the best roster I've seen for this team. Can't really argue with that.
No.
I think really what it is I want to see Moore or Palmer, because we know Coleman and Kincaid are here for a while, right?
Mhm.
So I want to see one of those dudes step up huge.
Yep.
You know, I don't know, how long was Palmer's deal for? That's multiple years, right?
I think his was a 3-12 a year, 3-year, 12 a year. I mean, they paid him.
Okay. I'm sure it's got a
Moore's is just a 1 year.
yeah. So Moore's got to show something this year to get it. What I'm sick of is like the aging players that we put on 1 year deals to like bridge gaps. Like they're not even prove it deals. More I could see being a prove it deal.
Yeah. Palmer and Moore are both young.
Yeah. But Palmer, obviously they got a little more love in his corner there and thought they saw a little bit more. If you can establish your true number one out of those two moving forward, and then you got Shakir in the slot, you got Coleman on the outside, like, and your tight ends, all this stuff, like you're building something that's not only quality but secure for Josh and young and can stay together for some years coming out here. So
Yep. If this wide receiver core becomes effective, then they'll be here next year. I think Moore is the only one that is not on contract for next year. So that's a beautiful thing. And welcome, Joe. I know a new comment, a new viewer.
appreciate it, man.
Thanks for the comment for sure.
Hell yeah. Corey Blaine says, check out BWO this week. Hell yeah. Please go over to Bill's World Order.
Buffalo World Order.
Buffalo World Order.
Yep. Look at it.
Buffalo World Order. And this week's episode airs tomorrow, I believe. It's going to be with Buffalo Spartan, our brother, Patrick Hughes, our brother, and Corey Blaine, our brother.
Yep.
And this episode, I think their inaugural episode is called Addition by Subtraction. That's awesome. They're going to talk all about Bill stuff, wrestling stuff. Go follow their page. Those are our guys over there. Up over 1,000 viewers right now. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hell yeah, BW tomorrow night.
8 o'clock.
Season 1, episode 1. That's right. We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be there.
I'll be there.
We'll be there. Joe, hell yeah. Thank you. Go Bills. Listen up. We're done. Goodbye. Scotter.
Yes.
Give these people your final thought, and why don't you do me a favor and give them what you think Jared's final thought would be?
Jared's final thought, I think he'd lead off by telling you he got his lawn mowed today, and then he'll tell you you guys don't need to know about that, but he lets us know. But I think his is going to be the same as mine because Jared is involved so much in our page, FLX Mafia 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. All our social medias on Twitter, X, Facebook, and YouTube. It's a busy page, and we don't just copy stuff and bring it over and repost stuff, guys. We're creating our own content, and it's fun, and we want you guys to all be a part of it. This is the lull time of the year. So not only on our page, but on the K-Gun Report every Tuesday, we want you to come in. If you're people that love Buffalo Bills football and you can't get enough of it, come and talk to us. I mean, this is what we're all about, a fan first perspective podcast and a page, and just join, tag, like, share, do all that stuff, share with the family, help us grow. And that's how we do things. We do it organically here, Swank, and Swank always says that. And that's how we love it. That's how we get so many comments and so many followers, is because of that reason. So I'm combining my thoughts with Jared's thoughts. We are twins. That's how it works. But thank you all for joining us. Like we said, it's a lull time of season. You guys are kicking butt in the comments and in the viewership. Keep up the good work. We'll keep coming here every Tuesday, 8:30 for you guys. And go Bills.
Hell yeah. Nicely done. Nicely done, Scooter.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't been here for 3 weeks, and sure have missed you guys. And I appreciate not only these boys for holding it down here and doing a really great job in my absence, but also all of you for supporting us and bringing the heat each week, all the comments, all the love, all the shares, all the likes, all the posts, everything. And like Scott said, man, this is a boring time of the season. So if there's anything that you would like to discuss, which we kind of did tonight, right, where Jerry's computer from 1984 fried because he was playing the Oregon Trail too late last night or whatever, and
Dial up would just not connect.
dial up wouldn't connect, and he was playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and fried his heart and all that.
Can't do them both at the same time, Swank.
You can't do both.
Fry your computer.
We like talking with you guys in that respect. So stuff got a little off the handle, a little unexpected, and you guys came through, man. Big questions, big comments, big participation, and we love it because this is a fan first perspective. This is your guys' show. This is why we do this. So please go follow the Buff fan base and all the shows that are associated with that. Go follow our pages, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, the K-Gun Report, FLX Mafia. Be on the lookout because we have some new gear dropping here shortly, and we're going to have a big pre-order lined up for that.
This one's exciting.
It's a fun one, man. Kind of combines two things that I love the most.
Yeah.
It rocks, bro.
Rock out, brother.
Oh, Jared just threw that out here. Hey, Jared, be on the show if you want to do that. Okay.
Yeah, that could have been your final thought, man. I'll answer Kevin's question if you pull that up.
Yeah.
September 6th, guys, will be this year's regular season Rager. Again, September 6th. It's a week after Labor Day weekend. Hopefully we get all the people that normally leave town to show up to this. We always have a good turnout at Reinvention Brewing. We do have a food truck. We have a popcorn vendor. We have everything. We always have live streams, the goods. But I could tell you, Kevin, September 6th, save the date. More information to follow, but we can't wait for it.
Our guest of honor has confirmed. We are double checking, but we do expect Mr. Mark Maddox to be there this year. So come hang out with him. He is a great guy. And we're raising a bunch of money for his charity.
Yep, the Help One Foundation.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys. We love you. And if you like this kind of stuff, these two guys here talking a little bit, another guy that looks like him that talks about the same stuff, come hang out, man. Every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Buff Fanbase Network, wherever you're watching this, Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams, YouTubes, all them places. And we'll get your comments. We'll get your bills filled. You know what I mean? Just all you guys, thank you so much for participating. We love the hell out of you. Go Bills.
Instagram, Chris Farr, D-Mac, Buffalo Bills fanboy, and Miss Suzanne Smallwood. Thanks for joining. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Let the fuse and run.